Hope so. It would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some guys just have it. And we see it every once in a while. Even a quarterback, even the one that was as green as he was, even one as drafted as late as he was, they get on the field and they can just ball. And it doesn't go with any of the draft prognostications or anything. When you put them on the field, they play. And I was thinking about Brock Purdy. He reminds me, like, what is the comp? It reminds me of, this might be a strange one. Tony Romo, back in like 06, was an undrafted guy who was on the Bill Parcells Cowboys team. He just came out, he could just play. And he was a little bit of ad-libbing and a little bit of athleticism, and you're like, who is this guy? He's a sensation. Is he going to take over for Drew Bledsoe? Yeah, he did for a long, long time. And this is kind of like Brock Purdy. Now, Romo's probably a better athlete than Purdy, but we kept waiting after one game. And then after 2 games, I'm talking about with Purdy, and then 3 games, we're like, at some point, this is going to come down to a crashing, flaming train wreck. It never did until he got injured. So we're at a point where if he starts week 1 and TJ Watt's over there and Purdy goes and wins again, it's like the natural. You just have it. For some reason, I mean, another guy, Russell Wilson, the second he was on the field, he was a baller. Unbelievable. And no one thought a ton of him. He was a 3rd-round pick. Brock Purdy has a little bit of that where I get out there and I'm just calm and I got this. So if he starts the season again, I think he can. I really do think that we may have found something deep, deep, deep in the draft who just can play. And it's really special.
I love the Tony Romo comp because it was just like Romo got in there and it wasn't like you could just point your finger on exactly why. It wasn't just Josh Allen cannon or this one attribute. It was like, this is what, it was just, he had the it factor and got out there and did it. And everything is telling me for Brock Purdy, this guy ends the season with an injury that causes him to have surgery. So by week 1, it's just like there's no way Purdy's going to be able to go out there and just pick up where he left off. But at the other end, it's just like, this is Brock Purdy. As soon as he got in there, and it's crazy, you're saying it as if he's Tom Brady, he just shows up. But as soon as he got in the lineup, he just made plays. And the last segment we talked about, we finished an hour of me and Dante all talking about moments where we felt like we just had it. Brock Purdy was wearing number 14 in the preseason. He shared that number with a safety, Leon O'Neal, who had the same exact number on the other side. Keyshawn Johnson, not the Keyshawn Johnson, wore number 13, so he couldn't rock that number in the preseason. And here it is. He gets in there, and we see this guy just going out dominating week after week for a 49ers team that came this close to playing in the Super Bowl. So I got to believe it. Brock Purdy, 6'1", not tall in stature, not this Madden made-up creative player at the quarterback position. Seems like your everyday superstar, a little bit of like a Steph Curry feel to it. He's in there. He's very humble the way he goes about his business, but he has the it factor. So I don't know if he picks up exactly where he left off, but I have no reason to doubt anything that Brock Purdy does when he steps foot on the football field.
I agree with you both.
You do?
I love the comp to Tony Romo.
That's your era.
I agree with you, and I agree. I think he has the it factor. But the question was, will he, week 1, be the Brock Purdy that we saw at the end? I think not. And the reason I say that, when they thrusted Brock Purdy into the starting lineup, you got to understand, he was a third round. He was a third string quarterback. What does that mean? You're getting a ton of reps. You're in your groove. You're in mid-season form. You're in the groove of the game. You don't have this significant injury that he just suffered, right? So now you come back, not only are you going to be on a pitch count in practice, you're going to be on a pitch count probably in the preseason, so you're not going to be in the groove week 1, and now you have to get over this mental hurdle of this injury, because you will not be hit or touched until week 1. So week 1, will he be Brock Purdy? I don't think so, but I think by week 3 or 4, he returns to the Brock Purdy and the it factor, the Tony Romo style, and he plays up to what we have come to recognize.
Why would it take him 3 or 4 weeks when it took him like a minute to do it last December? Okay, so let's all go back. You close your eyes and remember what was happening. Week 13, Jimmy Garoppolo goes down. And Brock Purdy comes in. Now, Robbie Gould hit like 4 field goals in that game against the Dolphins. So it wasn't Purdy's first start, but he came in. And you're like, all right, fine. They were up. Gould was carrying it with his leg. They beat the Dolphins. And then everyone looks at the next schedule, and you're like, holy hell. Brock Purdy has to go up against Tom Brady, the hometown boy, and come into San Francisco, the Bay Area. And what did Brock Purdy do? He became the only quarterback in his first start to take down Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I know Kyle's gonna roll his eyes at this.
What?
David Goliath. Seriously, that's what it was. He was just because it's a
Goliath?
cliche. It's a cliche.
Jeez,
He's like
Jamie.
a little. Oh, it's true. You're like, oh, I don't know. I'm dipping my toe in the cliches. It's true. He was Brock Purdy, and we're like, this isn't gonna go well. Look at this. 7 other guys tried. First, it was Josh McCown back in 2002, and all the way up to Trace McSorley tried it again with the Cardinals in 2022, and Purdy's the only one to do it. He looks so unfazed. You guys remember he went up to his family and greeted him after the game? He could have been playing against some other Big 12 quarterback at Texas when he was playing at Iowa State. He did not care that it was Tom Brady, yet that is the product that we got. I think he is right there as long as his mental state remains untouched. Because whoever that quarterback was we saw in December, as long as he hasn't gotten over his skis or spread too thin, which I don't think he has because we haven't seen him this offseason. It's not like he's doing X, Y, and Z appearance. I think we're going to get the same guy.
Week 1, you think that?
I think.
Week 1. Wow.
As long as he has that slingshot with the rock that David had to go against Goliath. He hurt the thing in the David and Goliath thing, so he has to repair that. That was an unbelievable backhand to me. I like a David and Goliath comparison. I got you, Jamie.
No, because the inside baseball is that 2 segments from now, Kyle will be like, oh, these cliches that we always hear on sports, and then he'll just reference David and Goliath. Like, yo, I did that 13 minutes ago.
I like the Bible, though. That's cool, right? David, I'm into it, sure. Why not? It's the good
Didn't you
book.
pick Biblical Brothers as one of your favorite brothers?
Love them. Absolutely. Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel.
Cain and
Yes.
Abel,
I remember
there we
that.
go.